Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Star Wars Black Series action figure of Kanan from Rebels. I love the Black Series as branching out beyond just movie figures now, and I think this figure of Kanan's pretty awesome. One of the reasons I like this isn't because I'm like the biggest fan of him as a character. I mean, he's cool and all, but his design is such a kind of classic Macquarie hero design. I really dig his whole look and outfit. I think it makes for a really cool action figure. You can see here, like they did a good job like sculpting the strap that leads to his like little shoulder harness thing, but the texturing on his torso, even though like this is like a drier paint and this is like a shinier thing, they don't really match. The actual texture looks great. The wrinkling going down his sleeves, the wrinkling on his back texture, the wrinkling of the pants area, looks really, really good. I think they did a great job sculpting these boots as well. I like the little pattern on the front. But overall they just look cool. I like how high they ride. It's just a cool looking figure with good sculpting on the pants, especially where the holster meets. But I dig the kind of leathery effect that you get from this section compared to the more like textured pattern on the pants and chest. And his other arm looks rad. Like that little armor piece looks really, really cool against like the black underneath, which has its own texture, so I like the contrast. You have good articulation. You got the hinges that go side to side as well as swivel, and you got the elbow joint that has a full rotation, which makes up for the lack of a bicep cut, but clearly there's a mid-torso cut. There is a hinge at the head, at the base of the neck, and a ball joint towards the top inside the head. But you can't really get his head to lean forward much, so you're really just relying on the ball joint inside the head. But you got the mid-thigh cuts, the full range of motion at the legs, which have a decent range of motion considering there's a holster attached to his leg. You get good mobility. Double knee joint, and then you get the ankle joint with the swivel at the bottom. But I like that ankle hinge and swivel. Very, very helpful. Now, there's really clean paint as far as like the strap here goes, and like the green and yellowish, the black and the gray buckles. His little artwork on the shoulder piece. I gotta say, the paint on this is really clean, so I'm happy about that. And I like his face. I think they did a pretty good job with his expression. The paint for his little goatee looks good. Paint for his eyebrows and hairline is really good. I think they did a great job sculpting his hair. Ponytail in the back looks good. I like the use of lighter brown paint mixed with the darker brown base. The eyeballs look good. Great sculpt on the face, great paint. I'm really happy with this whole figure. It comes with a few accessories, including his blaster, which looks great and fits into his holster. I'll show you that in a moment. But then you get his really rad lightsaber, which not only has a removable blade, but you can actually disassemble the lightsaber and reassemble it like he does in the show, and it fits onto his body, so I'll show you that now. Both pieces of the lightsaber have a little notch on the end of them, and if you look here, there's a little hole for that notch to go into, but also there's a little horizontal line. That's for the little curved disc on the lightsaber, so I like that that's specifically fitted perfectly for the lightsaber to plug into. And then also we get this little hole in the back, and his holster can hold his blaster like so. I think it's a really nice touch that they included a lightsaber that is assemblable. I think it's a really, really smart inclusion on Hasbro's part. I respect them for getting that little detail right. And I think that's just one of the little extra things that makes this figure so cool, especially if you're a fan of the character. I like that some thought went into it. But it's overall, like, it's a good design. Like, it's got really clean paint, it's got great texturing. You've heard me say all this already, so I'll just end by saying this figure is freaking awesome. If you like Kanan, I imagine you'd be really, really satisfied with this, because this is a really solid action figure from Hasbro. So thanks for watching, folks, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff.